enforcement know in advance, and then you pay law enforcement enough so that they guide you and protect you as you break the law. So if I want to, if you need to close the road, if you need to break, let's take the simplest thing. There's a one-way road I need to go against traffic. As long as there's a law enforcement officer in my car, I'm fine.
True. That's actually quite true.
I'm fine. You want to break the law, get police escort. So this is the messaging we are sending for the past 50 years. It's getting worse and worse and worse. And so, again, back to the list. I have little issues with the list. Little. Not because the list isn't annoying me, not because it's not a big deal, but because there are bigger issues that stem from the attitude around the handling of this issue. Those things are deeper issues that are long-lasting, that will traverse any government, that enter the psyche of a people and affect behavior. We are intoxicating the environment called Nigeria, and the people who live in it, it affects behavior.
Okay, let's quickly take a look at the impact of what is going on between the two political parties now, APC and PDP, as we prepare or look, ahead of the elections in 2019. Do you think this is healthy for our polity? I mean, if care is not taken, we probably won't have any strong opposition for the ruling party as we go on. In terms of political content, do you think this eventually will provide a strong opposition for the ruling party as we approach elections next year?
So let's qualify it slightly. Opposition for me is not the party running against the incumbent. Opposition for me is a lifestyle of bringing out alternative ideas that are better
challenging
status quo. So for the past 3 years, do we have that? We don't have an opposition. We have a party that should be in opposition, but they are not. So for example, just Lagos State says we're increasing land use charge. No, let's not even go there, because that's highly controversial. We went through the dry season. If I were in the opposition, if I were an opposition party, strong person, what I will be doing in the dry season is to say, Lagos floods during the rainy season. We have not seen you, Lagos State, start to clear drainages. We've not seen you start to do anything about a flood that we'll know will happen. That's what opposition does. Challenge status quo. Guess what? One of two things will happen. They will ignore you, and Lagos will flood, and then you come out and say, but we told you what to do. And then the people will be like, well, if they told you and you didn't do it, maybe we should let them do it. Or you do it, in which case I come out and say, thank God I told you to do it. So as opposition, if you come out with the alternative that makes sense, it creates room for debate where it forces the ruling party to go back to the drawing board and think.
Now, will that not make the ruling party to just be there like forever? You tell them, as a strong opposition party, you tell them what to do, and if they are sensitive enough, or even if it is reactive, and they get it done, and they move on, and they get the credit for doing it, they clear the drainages before the rains eventually comes, and they do virtually everything you tell them. So the government looks good.
Okay, let me rephrase what you're saying.
Human nature.
Let me rephrase what you're saying. What you're saying is that if we have a good opposition that with a lousy ruling party, and the opposition becomes advisor to the lousy ruling party, and the lousy ruling party,
people will say, why not just allow them
opposition's advice?
Yeah, that's one. Or two, even if the ruling party stays by taking the opposition's advice, who benefits?
The people.
That is what a democracy is. That's my point. I don't care who the ruling party is. What I care is that as a citizen of my country,
I have electricity.
I have the basic needs that a human being needs. When I say I'm not talking of me as an individual. I'm talking the majority of citizens. We have at least 70%, 60% of Nigerians living in extreme, not poverty, extreme poverty. They don't care who the ruling party is. Doesn't matter who the ruling party is. What are we doing to take this country forward? We should have an opposition that has a shadow cabinet.
Lawal has been mentioning shadow government all week long.
So by the time you are voting a party in, you have a good idea of who the people running what, and you've heard them, they've been public. So when we had the transition committee in 2015, we liked those people. Where are they today? Politics took over. So that is what I expect an opposition to be. So guess what? An opposition will be saying, this issue in Lagos regarding trailers, this is what you should be doing, this is what you should be planning. This issue regarding unauthorized fuel subsidies of 1 trillion. So you know these are the people in opposition who talk about petroleum sector, about the transport sector, about poverty alleviation. You already know. And so when opposition says this is what we want to do, their campaign will not be a long thing. You already know this person will do this person will do this person will do that. We don't have that. What we do have is we wait. Then 6 months to election, people start buying bully on the road and frying akara and drinking pure water, and then...
And I have to pay bills. We'll be right back.
Lagos, it's going down live every Thursday at your favorite hotspots for relaxation. Come and enjoy live band Thursday at the Cafe Royale as we bring to you the best band in Lagos, Salt of the Earth, combo night from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Be the first to witness the best live music every Thursday. Cafe Royale is located at 267A Etimian Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos, beside Cool FM. Come eat and drink in a cozy restaurant and lounge, and you also get to enjoy the best of live music. For reservations, please call 080-999-28804. See you there.
Hi guys, my name is Tolu and Dapo. I currently host Morning Crossfire. I'm here to tell you that you have to get your PVC. Your permanent voter's card is your power, and in your hand you hold the power to make any necessary change that you want in Nigeria. Please participate, because elections are not the end of democracy and governance. The highest office in the land is the office of the citizen. You and I are citizens of Nigeria. Get your PVC. Your PVC, your voice.
Nigeria's #1 end-of-season football party is back. Go Fest 2018 is a place to bring your family and friends. Celebrate Nigeria's #1 pastime football. Wish the Super Eagles well live. Listen to the best music and comedy stars perform, and watch the Champions League finals on a big screen. So join us on the 26th of May 2018, 4 p.m. at the Balmoral Convention Center, Federal Palace Hotel VI. To attend Go Fest 2018, remember to register on gofestnigeria.com. Super Eagle, carry go jaw, we dey una back. This is brought to you by Nigeria Info, Wazobia FM, and Cool FM in partnership with Olsen Deca Limited.
We know what's happening everywhere and every time. Giving you the latest happenings in Nigeria and around the world. The Breakfast News Digest, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. every weekday on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
And you are still live on the nation's #1 talk news and sports stations. Zeal Akaraewe is in the studio with us. I don't know what's
It's Friday.
As in you have.
If you had any doubt, it's Friday.
He's already shut
But you know, let me also tell you, I have my glow on. Do you see how my skin is shining?
Yes,
I went for like one of the best spa experiences I've ever had in Nigeria yesterday. It was excellent. Let me give a big shout out to Spa Royale that took me all the way past Aja because of a friend. It was just go and Google them. They're fantastic. I'm glowing. Okay, let me go on. Anyway, but it is Friday. Wait, Nigeria cannot be depressing me all the time. It is Friday, and Zeal Akaraewe is still in the studio, and we are, of course, still talking. List issues have been trending this whole week. We also wanted to touch about the $1 billion situation, but we'll push that till Monday because more information is finally starting to slowly come out. Chief of Army Staff Tukur Buratai had one or two comments to make in front of the media yesterday, but we anticipate over the weekend there'll be a little bit more information, so we'll deal with that on Monday. But the list, at the end of the day, Zeal says, wait, if you're saying it's not important but it's important, I'm confused. So you've talked about the lack of importance, but what then is its importance? If there is any.
We have to ask the government, what is the... We want to know, we know. Great, no problem. If it's a point of let the people know what's going on. But you see, for me, for what I do, when people ask me what I've achieved in my professional career, I will tell them I did A, B, C, D. I will not tell them that what did not do A, B. So if I have my brag sheet, these are my achievements, this is what I have accomplished. So for this government, after 3 years, your brag sheet is still what the previous government did not do. If we had any issues on what the previous government's achievements were, if we were satisfied with it, I don't think we would have voted them out. So we take it for granted that they did not do what we wanted. Telling us is fine, but we take it for granted. Credit us, the people with some intelligence, that we know this, right? So now you've come in. If you want a brag sheet, it has to be positives. We have done A, B, C, D. And those positives, please, it's tiring hearing of, we have done this against the past. I'm a Nigerian, and for one thing, I want to look forward, not back. I don't drive my car looking in the rearview mirror all the time. Forward, where are we going? So this part, you're releasing this list, no problem, great, fantastic, thank you. Where is this party, where is this government taking us?
Okay,
paint us a picture.
Okay, and now Zeal, another very important thing to look at. I think the APC, I'm just thinking that the APC government has received more batching in terms of criticism and abuses for non-performance or delay, slowness, inability, incompetency. You can go ahead and, because in 2015, I think there's an awakening in our political sphere. Nigerians became more and more politically enlightened and involved. Don't you think this, to a very large extent, is not making us to see the little good in the administration, as it were? PDP were in opposition. We're in government for about 16 years. They've just been there for 3 years.
Dapo, please, Dapo,
Dapo,
calm down. These 16 years, let's stop it. The first 8 years of PDP under Obasanjo, we made major leaps and bounds. Not as much as we should have.
We're not looking at it from achievements point of view.
So when we say
political party in the central.
Let me ask. So
okay.
in the last 20 years, only one party has ruled Lagos State, and many states in our country are like that.
True.
Can we go to a lot of those states that have had one party, whether current party or opposition, and say, oh, for the past... So yes, the federal government has a massive role to play, but let's not forget the state governments touch lives more directly than the federal government. So let us bring this thing down. What have the local governments done? What have the state governments done? What has the federal government done? Let's refuse as a people to be blindsided, because this politics, it's not APC versus PDP. It's the political class versus the common man. So the common man needs to know who they are fighting. It's not APC, PDP is a very nice distraction. This is the political class against the common man. Common man, if you wake up, and we've employed in our politics what the British did to us during colonial rule. Is a standard tactic: divide and rule. And APC is actively employing divide so that they stay in power. As the people, we must understand this politics is political class against the common man. So the common man should be asking, not what did APC do, what did PDP do, what has the political class done for
the
me?
people?
Simple question. So when they say, anytime APC refers to PDP, say no problem, you are still talking political class. So you are saying the political class stole from the people. What have you done about it for my benefit as the common man? In the absence of that, there's no discussion to be had until we get a political class that sincerely believes in moving the people forward. And what are the people's needs? Very basic.
Okay,
food,
but
shelter, healthcare.
Yeah, but people,
Right, so I can do my own thing and not worry about you.
But people have been very nursing, let me borrow that word, I've been nursing a very strong feeling that the PDP, or the political class, since we started in 1999, have done or didn't do what they could have done or they should have done for the
political
people.
class has
Don't you think the reason why the ruling party now, the political class that is ruling right now in APC, have been trying to, undone, or probably uproot a lot of things that probably Trump is doing the same thing right now, considering almost everything about Obamacare. The Trump administration is trying to get it undone. Okay, this one, the tax reforms, I don't think is well done. The health system, I don't think is well done. All of that. So to a very large
statement.
Yeah,
I hate to refer to Trump, but let's go there. Okay. They don't think it's well done, and therefore they are doing something better. What they believe is better.
What they believe is better. That's the word.
So that's not the word. What he's pointing at is that they are doing.
They're doing. They're not just uprooting and leaving it void.
No, they are doing.
So if you're uprooting and you're leaving a void, so let me read something I wrote March 31st, 2015 on my Facebook page. I said, I will rejoice when I hear the composition of GMB's cabinet and economic team in particular, because what he's inheriting, he actually needs a magician and geniuses to turn the tide around. A lot of his promises we will see are not possible right now. Not because he doesn't plan to keep them, because he simply can't. This was March 2015. They were making promises that were impossible. We knew it.
No, not everybody knew it. We've had this conversation as to how realistic we also are with our own expectations. Well, someone will come and promise you something, and you won't look for it. You know the current state you are. You know the current state your country is. And you're hearing good things, and you're like, yes, it's going to happen. You yourself do not interrogate and investigate the promises they're making. We all did not know it.
Well, I think Nigerians has really lashed heavily on this government.
I'll ask Nigerians, just let us not benchmark the ruling party against the previous. Benchmark two things. As the common man, is your life better today than yesterday? Number one. Number two, is whoever is coming into power promising you a better life tomorrow than today? Number three,
how do they plan to get you there?
How do they plan to get you there? And more importantly, Benchmark the ruling party against the promises they made. Go to their manifesto. This is what they promised the people. Benchmark them against their promises.
No, promises and reality, they are two different things. From the post.
I want to go to
from
the
your post.
so you people
Okay, from your post. From your post.
Hang on.
There is something you know that a lot of Nigerians probably did not know.
And I'm happy to share it.
Yeah.
So let me give you an
Yeah.
example. If I promise you, Dapo, that I will give you 10 naira, and I promise you, and I come and give you 2 naira, and say, but the last person that promised you 10 naira only gave you 10 kobo. That's not relevant. Benchmark them against what they came and said, I will, if you vote for me, I will do this for you. Catalog it. We have that catalog of the 99 promises APC made. Let's benchmark them against that. The former political class that was there were lousy, no problem. We agree with you. What have you done out of what you said you will do? I don't want to know why you can't do it.
Just do it. Be like Nike. All right, guys, we have 9 minutes, and it's the last show for this week, and we have promised to go to the phone lines. But this is your opportunity to share your thoughts on this, particularly with us, the Breakfast News Digest, on the looters list. We'll stay with that this morning because also time is not with us, and we will be anticipating more developments concerning the $1 billion expected from the ECA. We also know that there are people calling for investigation into that, as well as getting the National Assembly involved in that situation. But on the looters list and how it has been a back and forth between the two main parties, and also people sharing their own thoughts on it, what are your thoughts? Is it relevant to you? If you go back in time to 2007, does it in any way form an advisory note to you of people you might think you want to stay away from if they were to present themselves as political leaders or intending politicians asking for your vote? What does that list mean to you, and what are your thoughts? But we also want you to do this with conciseness. Nigerians, quick, short, simple, and most particularly straight to the point. 012770993, 012771993, 012772993, and 012773993. WhatsApp messages can come in via 08095975805. Let's talk quickly. Hello and good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you today?
We are great. How are you?
Very good. Adelos Patrick is my name.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Now, the latest list, the expose is enough for us to vote the past and the current out. They have told us we have holes in our heads, and from our guests in the studio, it's enough for us to learn that the political class do not mean well for us. Good morning.
All right, good morning. I like that. Straight to the point. Hello.
To the point.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Richard calling from Ikorodu.
All right, Richard, please go ahead.
I will say, what do they need that $1 billion for? $1 billion for?
All right, Richard, let me pause you right there. I think you might have missed it, but I did emphasize we're going to stay with the looters list right now. We'll deal with the $1 billion issue at the beginning of next week. Hello, good morning. Your radio is on. Please turn it off.
Yes, I'll turn it off. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm happy for the man in the studio today.
What do you say?
When you say we all, I'm not among the we all. I'm among those who were actually telling people that you should not expect anything from this ACC government. They were calling me an idiot. Today, we don't know who the idiot is. You see, what Nigerians, even the people that they went to school, didn't do after that time was critical thinking. What do we have in this system? What is this APC going to bring on board? I looked at it, they didn't have anything. We have a system where we have professionals as ministers. We have politicians as ministers. Aoud Ogbe is the Minister of Agriculture, and Buhari is telling us about rice. What did the past minister do? Who is the president of African Development Bank today?
Okay.
Everything they talk about today are achievements of the PDP.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Remember, we want it concise, straight to the point, and particularly on the list. Hello, good morning. Hello. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
All right, good morning. We can hear you.
Thank you very much. I'm Ezedum.
All right, Ezedum.
I am happy for your super analysis you are doing there. Very, very sound and powerful.
Thank you.
See, benchmarking this government, as your analyst say, as a common man, do our life be better now? If in Nigeria as a nation very corrupt and rotten in terms of corruption, over 100, and you are scoring 23 over 100, even when you are yet to get any conviction, major conviction, 23 over 100. Is it a pass mark?
No.
Or thank you for, I want to thank your analysis.
23 or
Sound
40 years.
analysis.
That's what state
Powerful
from.
analysis.
40 years.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Ezedum. All right, let's see if we can take a few comments on WhatsApp. Ooh, you can always tell the difference. Okay, this one is, what's that open? This is from Tara Douglas from Ikeja. Nigerians are tired of media trials. Any person found to be corrupted should be prosecuted in line with our constitution. The recent list of looters published by the federal government is unnecessary because it does not only show that the present administration has no respect for our constitution, but their incompetence in executing their electoral promise. Let's get back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, good morning to you. Your name, please.
My name is Larry.
All right, please go ahead.
I'm very pleased with the kind of people you have in the studio today. First of all, during this election in 2015, I used to tell people that somebody who truncated democracy in 1983 should not come back to enjoy that democracy. Because if Nigeria was in democracy since from that 1983 up to date, we would have been better as a people than those number of times that the military ruled us. Now, we recycle the same military people and put them into office. Thank God your analysts say that they are political class. Every other party can come up like APC do today to tell us excuses of the other political class that they collected power from them. So it's high time Nigerians should just decide where they are going to. Mark these people. All of them, they are just in one class against the Nigerian populace. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Another message from WhatsApp. Bolaji from Ilasa. The list is okay. Federal government should release more lists. Those on the list agreed with the list. If not, some of them promised to go to court within 48 hours, but they dare not. And I do remember when the list first came out, the PDP chairman Uche Secondus had given Alhaji Lai Mohammed 48 hours to take the list back. We also know that Stella Odua is on record right now saying
Jonah
that she
Jang
is also considering legal action. Jonah Jang as well, but no one has moved forward to do anything. But just because they have not moved forward does not mean they're not exploring their legal options. Sometimes legal options take time to consider.
Yeah, maybe their lawyers are advising and saying, "Oga, are you sure you're not there?"
No, I'm just saying. Defamation suits.
Yes.
Very.
Do you think we have a good case here?
Very slippery slope. All right, guys, we are seconds away from the 9 o'clock hour, and we have to say a very big thank you to Zeal Akaraewe for joining us this morning. You can continue the conversations with him on Twitter at Zeal_A. Also, continue to engage us. Our Twitter handle is very, very active. At Nigeria Info FM, at Tolu and Dapo, and at Abanjo1. On Facebook, it's www.facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. And if you miss any of our shows, head to our YouTube page, Nigeria Info FM, and you'll find some of that content up there as well. Breakfast News Digest comes back your way Monday morning at 6 a.m. Coming up next is the Friday edition of the Money, Business, and Economy Show with Tunji Andrews, but we kick off with some headline news. Thank you so much for joining us throughout this week. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday.